10-year-old.
Oh.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
10-year-old gets arrested. Yeah? Gets arrested for petty crime, whether it's fighting, robbery, thieving.
Yes.
You know. Because I look at my 10-year-old today. I got a 10-year-old.
Yes.
And when I look at him, I think about being arrested.
Yes.
For crime, theft, bullying, whatever it
yes.
is. I just can't digest that.
Yes.
But I have heard of it, and that's why I'm bringing it up.
Yes.
So give us your take.
Oh, wow. I'm glad you kind of mentioned that, because that was one of the things that I was thinking about even before Ken coming onto the show.
Good. Synchronization.
How 1 minute your child is watching Pokemon and is watching Ben 10 on TV, and how he goes from doing that to all of a sudden now making videos for YouTube, which are embedded in like a gang
violence
subculture, promoting violence and things of that nature, and it happens so quickly. 1 minute your child, like you said, the 10-year-old is in primary school, and then the next year, and this is the key critical point, is in secondary school. He goes from year 6, 10-year-old, year 6, year 11, 11-year-old, that goes into year 7. And year 7 there, that's the transition from primary into secondary school. And this is where, we do a lot of work with year 7s and year 8s when we go into schools. And all of a sudden there's a cultural shift for those young people. They're going through transition anyway. Anybody that knows about adolescence and transition. So they're at a space where they're learning about the world, learning about themselves, learning how they actually fit into that world. Now, environment starts to play a key factor and a key position within that now, because depending on the environment that young person is growing up in, obviously they're going to be influenced by.
Yes. Of course, it's groomed by your environment. We're starting to find that out. Scientists are starting to delve deep into that. So along the same lines, I guess what I'm trying to say is the diagnosis, if I can use that word, is not, as a holistic nutritional counselor, I don't operate with that word, but I use assessment. Well, we can say assessment.
Yes.
What sort of label would you use? We try to stay away from labels, but we have to kind of use them to give us some kind of thing to work with. The delinquency of the same kind of child we just discussed. What would be the label? What would be the diagnosis? What would be you get me the result of the assessment?
Okay, interesting. So I suppose as a 10-year-old, a lot of the young people that I'm actually going and working with within some of the schools that we work with are disengaged. I would refer to that's one of the labels that I use, is disengagement.
Right, okay.
I also use marginalised, because I recognise that we're existing in marginalised communities, and so therefore those communities or that child comes from, when he goes into mainstream education, goes into mainstream school, and mainstream school starts to interpret his behaviour in a particular way. Yes. And so we understand that as that child goes into school and starts to interact with other people that not necessarily looking like him, not necessarily understanding the culture, and it's not just the black issue here. This also is happening with white young people across the board also. But we've got a culture of young people who are not being engaged. And this is what I wanted to say. I was talking about this split earlier on, so maybe I can revisit it here in terms of between the adult and the young people. Yes. Because adults are not necessarily trained to build what I refer to as effective working relationships with young people.
Yes, I'd agree.